You're a superhero. Despite saving the city 4 times a week, you're hated by the community. While fighting one of your villains, a crowd gathers to boo you. The villain you're fighting stops, turns to the crowd and says, "Listen here, you ungrateful brats. Listen here, you ungrateful brats." The words echoed down the city streets, the sound carried by technology built into Demology's suit. You people would be a splat on the road if it wasn't for her. You. Yes, you slack-brained tub of useless molecules. Demo pointed a mechanical finger to a particularly schlubby-looking man. At this point our fight had ceased. I floated in awe as my villain yelled at the crowd like a girl telling a cashier her boyfriend's order was wrong. Me? The portly man replied. Hell is me, yes, you. What are your qualms? Tell me, why do you hate the only thing preventing you from being a skid mark on the pavement? He stared for a moment in obvious confusion. When he looked to the surrounding crowd for support, they just rubbed their necks or turned away to not be sucked into the awkwardness that was this interaction. Well, when she uses her mind powers to move us around, it leaves a bit of a headache. It grew silent. I thought about jumping in, but Demology had a point, a great one by my standards. Day in and day out I saved the people of Albright from all sorts of evil, and all they did was complain. At the end of the week when I checked my super complaint box, it was always full. My car's headlight got busted when you fought Sector. I just put my baby to sleep when one of your constant battles woke him. Tiring to say the least. Demology put a mechanical hand up to rub his temples. A headache? Fine. Okay. No more headaches, ever. With a snap the man floated into the air and was tossed sideways towards the nearest wall. He screamed out as he flew headfirst towards his inevitable demise, but just as his head was to collide with the bricks he came to a halt, surrounded by my energy. I let him down gently to the sidewalk and the crowd watched in awe. Then the man let out a low groan. Oh no. Now my head hurts. See? Demology's eyes widened to the point I thought they'd burst inside of his helmet. Oh no. No. I can't. I wanted to enslave you all, but I think slavery may even be too good for you. I want to rule a city, not a large pile of small brains and useless chromosomes. So, you're just leaving? A random voice called out from somewhere in the crowd. Did I tell you to speak, Walnut? No, I didn't, so maintain your volume of a 0 and sit while the adults talk. At this point the crowd's eyes had drifted to me with hope. They had no trouble booing when I won, but when their pride hurt I was all they had. But I was busy thinking, trying my best to not grin now that someone finally stuck up for me. So, you want to grab food next city over? Me and the others usually do Tuesdays after one of us loses to you. As you can see, today was my day. Demology spoke with an awkwardness that only came when the expected response to a question was rejection. You know. Yeah, I could eat. You can't be serious, right? He's evil. The schlubby man yelled. Oops, I can't really fight crime today. I have a headache, you see. If you have an issue, leave it in the complaint box. And so we left, discussed matters of the world, of right and wrong, and Tuesday lunches became a welcomed part of my weekly routine.